I was like, now that was fast. What all did they all had to do? So the new conversation, because I'm getting a blast from the past. Now this blast from the past type of situation, because something was severely considered blasphemy. Because somebody is confronting a person like, so ain't no need for you to lie to me. Also, consultation with some attorneys, because it's like, ain't no way that they was able to pick up on some of these things. And it was a lot of things where some people are considering like, could be like uncertain. But here's the conversation. If this is to do with, I wouldn't say like a religious sect, or if this is like the elite lodge or eight, like secret society, someone could have just got like information, like they could have waited for a record, because somebody is like, they doing record breaking type of things. So whoever this person is, they could be either from like, because I'm getting Hispaniola, so the diaspora, right? So with the diaspora, you have those people, Caribbean, European, Asia, right? Someone who's Austrian is like, shit, I'm willing to invest in it, but fuck. Like somebody could be upset with like, with how fast something can go, because it's like, if someone is Austrian, this person is sitting here like, because I'm hearing the F bomb just getting dropped. But it's like they can profit from it, because it's like, okay, if y'all had this on record and y'all recorded this around like, I'm getting like between 93 and 96. It's something about someone is finding that got the document. They could be waiting for it, so they'll get whoever's waiting for this document. They're gonna get it around between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. today. So whenever this information come in, someone is like, you mean to tell me, because it's like OU, Oklahoma University. I don't know who they played in uh 96, 97. That football game. It was like the finals for something. And somebody is having a conversation like, will they remember this? Somebody's like, fuck, this person actually got the memory of something. But it's getting like, if this is like, because I'm saying Hispaniola, so that means this is somebody that could be French. This could be somebody that of Spanish elite. This could be somebody of a Middle Eastern elite or an Asian elite group. And whatever it is that they looking into discuss, it was like, well, shit, if they're not willing to, it's like basically treat it right, then you get the right type of things, then this wouldn't come back in this type of space, right? So it's like, well, what happens when we don't manipulate the situation anymore and we can show like it's a favoritism? So it's like, how can I explain it? It'll sound magical, but it's not magical. If I go to your page, you go ahead and give me the music artist, right? That music artist, they new on the scene or whatever. But you are the person that do the AR, the music promotion, or you the music company. In that music company, if this particular person that I got my eye on, or this special 12, or this one special person, if they take a liking to this, I know that I can get billions or millions off of this person, this artist, right? So with this type of thing, it's good for me to have the investment. I can either gatekeep or I can do a benefit of either offer this person an opportunity, which will lead, if I have this person in my company corporation, it bring us good manifestation. So someone could be coming in to break this down, but it's like, hold on. But with this going on, how long have you all know about this? But now these other people that could be part of this other elite group, they're seeing what is being explained. So it's like, so explain to me, why would you treat it such horribly and not expect for a adverse effect of them exposing everything, and you treated it such as this? So to these other people, because it's like it's about three different sects, to these other two people in this situation, to them, they're seeing the benefit, they see the profit, but they also see like, hey, we take this and we treat it right, and we don't over, it's like not over abuse it or over take advantage of it. What could we profit from this? But also, I'm not going to disrespect the person, but I'm going to let them know, like, I can't tell them, but I won't tell them, but also I'm aware of it. But if I throw this out here to them, how could this work for the benefit of us? So it's literally, it's like one of those, like, shit. If we backpedal, even though we was on some, like, these people, let me make it very clear. They was on some nonsense. They knew they ain't had no business doing, but it was like, in the process of what it is for the operation that they have been running for the last, give or take, anywhere for like the last 30, 40 years. For some of these other people, about 70 years. And it's like, out of this benefit, they're seeing like, they're getting a second view on this. And with the second view, it's like, well, give us this record so we can see what you're talking about. So this is like somebody that's been on some type of information or is withheld information from the last 30 to 50 years, and whatever it is that they have, somebody's parent, if this is a mother or a father figure that could have passed on, they would have been 53 as of right now. Like the real bloodline, this person would be like 53. So that would mean like the child will be being, the child right now in question, or the person that they could work with, they'll be between the age of 34 and 43. Okay. So how these people are looking at this situation is like, so is this person or these three people or whatever the case may be, it's like it's about 3 to 7 people in question. So with these people in question, a solid 2 to 3 is no longer in question. Somebody is literally waiting on some records. They will be getting that between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. today. So someone is literally clearing out something just to figure out exactly what it is that they can say, what it is that they can do. And it's also like the heaviest part of this situation is a question, what did we do? What did we do? Because it's like something, damn, who is this elite person? Because whatever it is that this other person is going to say at this meeting today or this conference, whatever, somebody is going to make it very, 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 very clear. Something is now going to be considered prohibited, or something was prohibited at a time that something happened between the 70s and 80s. And whatever this is that happened around this time, someone is looking at this current situation where discrimination happened, and it's like someone is about to make this very clear. Race ain't got nothing to do with it. This is what it got to do with it. And whatever this situation is, or this talent, this skill, this gift, a capability, a fine research, or somebody being found, whatever this is, someone is making it clear. Ain't no exception to the rule. What transaction that could have happened or occurred, why would you do this? But whoever this other person is, if it's on a political type of thing, it's a conversation like, do you now overstand or understand what we was trying to tell you at the very beginning of why we said to do? Like somebody was told like last June, like what to do between June and October, they was told to do something. So now it's like somebody either going to have to reprimand or really make it very, very clear, because it's like It's a personal visit. So whenever somebody receives something around 11 to 2, they'll be somewhere around like, give or take 7 p.m. It's going to be like a evening, a late meet. So 7 to 11 type of meeting, whatever this meeting is. So whenever this meeting occurs, somebody is like, it got to be done face to face. Certain things is not going to be in this space. People ain't going to know what's going on. But however it is, it's like somebody's like, fuck, how the fuck you know the schedule? But it's also being fully aware that something is still actively going on. But whoever this person is or these people coming in, I'm getting like very high anxiety, or somebody could be very, very, very stressed because it's like, fuck, what did we do? What did we do? What did we do? How we gonna Civil Rights Act? But it's like, how it's literally somebody like, damn, a point of view of seeing something like whoever the person is that know that they violated the civil rights, right? Somebody's talking shit. Somebody could be born in 1966. Something that they did in 2018, 2021, and 2024. 2022 as well. It's coming back to the surface. But it's like, how would you not expect for it not to come back to the surface, considering what I'm looking at, considering the reverse research that I'm doing with all this stuff? This is a benefit. This is not a disadvantage type of thing. I'm telling you, it's for to be a huge, it's about to be a blow. When I say that, very, very clear, like I said earlier, it's a felony. No questions asked. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 75, 74, 73, 72, 71. Someone born in 71. 1964, 1966, 61, 68, 69 as well. Is this somebody is staying like a embassy suites or jury suites? MGM. It's like the hotels where like when you have like the diplomats come in, like in New York, it'll be the like the Waldorf Hotel, right? In New York City, it's equivalent to that. Or somebody has to stay on like one of the military installations. Somebody literally is going to end up counseling something just to like either witness or have a conversation or be amongst the room, because it's a conversation going on in chambers. We got a pawn shop, a car lot thing like the buy here pay here, and then a botanica, a barber shop. It's a whole gathering. Like it's some people that are still trying to do some stuff, but it's like If somebody's paying attention, and it's like, and the fine thing is like, we know you know things, but we don't know how much you know. But somebody knows that somebody knows so much that it's like the question in this situation: are you looking to offer technicality protect these people, or is it that you just, or is there a strategy to this? Someone is questioning that at this time. Like, it does it, like somebody, like, excuse my words, my apologies in advance. On a political level, somebody is like, is this strategic? The words I'm going to say, appreciate that. Somebody could really be saying, like, they're a tricky little bitch. That is mean to say. But how is somebody tricky if there's no clear physical evidence to the person? This is like something that somebody is not grasping that perception, but it's like, well, if you have this so much depth of perception of what is actually going on, how can we conceptualize or use certain type of things? Is this a form of deception? So someone could be sitting there trying to counteract certain type of things like, well, if I hit them in this area, it still makes the group look guilty. It still boils down to this Civil Rights Act violation. Someone is not realizing that. But it's also when they go back to countersue to something in 95, somebody's like, you know how they do aptitude tests to see if you have emotional intelligence, do you have science intelligence? Um, they would do, I'm not going to reveal that because that's more of an elite, or if you were part of the organization at that time. They created that around 75, though. It was like the 70s when they created this. The strategy came from the 1960s, but they conceptualized it more in the 70s, and then they put it into use in the 80s and 90s for those who had like the capabilities based on the aptitude of the system and analysis that they use. Also, this is like in the 70s, if you didn't know back then when they had the science where they had to do blind studies, but it wasn't technically blind studies of when it came to being blind to colorism, right? But the black kids, they'll do the doll test. It's the thing where they did dolls. Did they want the dark skinned Cabbage Patch Kids, or did they want the white Cabbage Patch Kid? They did the theory of Barbie dolls. And then the question was, well, why did you choose this type of doll? I forgot what the scientific name of it was and what was the point of it, but this it coincided with the blind study because around 65, 75, you had the people coming back in from Vietnam at the same time. So they'll do the test of the kids that were coming from the ghettos. They had the kids that came in where the parents were coming back from Vietnam and stuff like that, Korea War. They was doing tests with that. They was doing tests with those kids that was brought in, if they could know if the families were part of slavery and things like that. They did the ones where the kids whose parents were immigrants, but they was able to pick up like English. So that would be when they knew the kids in the States was still a little bit blind, that they could still bring people coming from Guyana, Trinidad, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Central America, South America, but they were blind to the fact because the only thing that they were aware of, like, they have dark skin, so we could throw them in, and the kids were able to pick up the language versus the parents. So most kids didn't really know, but the only thing that they did with a bigger test was the hair, the skin color, light skin, dark skin, hair texture, language barrier. Those kids that were thrown into these environments or these ghettos and stuff like that, which they still ran the aptitude test, and with them coming in from Mexico, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, sometimes they was coming in from Europe, was how many languages could they pick up, and the fact that they could pick up these languages, um, were they able to intuitively also pick up certain things. So a certain factor that kicked in the 90s when they were sitting there testing kids, they were doing it to see did some kids have the capability to pick up on the sixth sense, which on the sixth sense, those were kids that when they was in school, they tested them like you could be getting all the right answers on every test. So the key was to test the child and make the child show your work. You could be getting the right answers, but the challenge was, could you beat them in formation or submission of telling them to form, like show their work? But showing their work was one of those where you can test the intelligence of the person. If they, in the basis of them showing their work, some of these tests, they was taking them then to see how you strategize or what your thought process of how you figured out math. What was your strategy when it came to you doing the web for certain things? Because you remember how you do the webs and then you got to figure out how you coming up with your main topic and all this other stuff. That type of stuff kicked in again. It was from the 90s, but they well actually from the 80s. They did again in the 90s because they could do a little bit more. That's when they had the computer system. You remember Oregon Trail? Then they was able to test it again around like 2003 to 2011. So when they start to do this, this is where they could keep up with certain people. But now in this type of instance, it's like it went from like a big range of people to a smaller range. So with the smaller range, certain people they had on certain lists because it's like, hey, if this person ever wake up to the aspect that they're capable of doing this, we keep them in. It seemed like a simulation of a round and round and round type of thing, which is if you pull back from not wanting to be in the societal norms, you will literally pay attention to the economic breakdown, you'll pay attention to the financial breakdown, you'll understand the political breakdown, you'll understand the police system. And when you get too open to that, what is it that you no longer do? I can't control you. So what is my next step to do? I'm gonna go for your emotions. So if you didn't have security in those emotion aspects, this is where it is that someone tried to take advantage of that, which they discredit of. I feel like the person did not have the awareness of someone still already knowing all seven things that was already distilled in them, but they felt like it was still four things that they may not have been aware of, so they took advantage of it. And with taking advantage of it, is doing a comparison of I could take the fact that once upon a time you spoke four language. You forgot that you spoke that, or you can do certain type of things, or you forgot your original tongue. So the tongue that you speak now, this is what it is that you only know. And the fact that you only know that, I'm going to discredit and dumb down the fact that your brain capacity of what it is that you're capable of doing. I'm gonna use it to my advantage. And the fact that I can use this to my advantage, the people that is leaving you certain things, because it's some people that got left not only from your family, these are like scientists, people with Nobel Peace Prize, and it's like, oh, I remember these type of students, and some of you probably not even aware of it, but these people are aware of it. I'm talking about leaving millions, billions of dollars in certain funds under your name. And the fact that you're not aware of this, I can go ahead and violate it in every which way of whoever is getting in whatever state you're in. And the fact that you're in that person's state, they can only get access to a percentage of your information. So maybe with you being in one state, I'm being in Florida, the person that you know, they only a level 4. The information to you to what it is that you do requires a person to have a level 7 to gain the access to understand exactly what it is and what was the full process of you comprehending the process of what is actually going on, right? So when you become a public problem, or some people call it prophecy, other people call it predictions, other people call it astrology, but also it's just basic common knowledge that I feel like to me is supposed to be basic common sense. But then again, as I stress to anybody, my common sense is not your common sense. And your common sense can basically be intelligence. And that intelligence can trump that they got to get a team of 5, 12, 15, 36, 60 people compared to your one person of the information and the capacity of how fast or how slow you process it. And when I can use certain things, regardless of what it is, depending on the environment you are in, I can go ahead and dumb that down in some particular thing. And two things that they usually do it: your gender, your orientation, or your race. So whenever I can go ahead and get you to this space of you're self-doubting, you're unsure, uncertainty, aka fear, false evidence appearing real, right? It's not real. So the fact that you know it's not real, I'm gonna take advantage of you. So the people that I get, these are people either they trained, these are people that are groomed because this is all they know. And these are not the people that have the capacity as you do. But however, they got to go have those life experiences. Like, say, for instance, you are a person, you graduated from high school, but you didn't get to experience prom. Or you didn't get the experience going to all the sports and things like that. Or you didn't get a chance to do those sports, right? But you were the person on the outside looking into certain things. You hear the conversation, you get to do that. You didn't get to have the full college experience, but you get to, you didn't go to college, but you went to the college parties, right? Or you didn't get to do any of those things. So all the other kids or other people in your peer group or your age group, they're going to be in the know and you're not the person. So now you have to be the outside observer of what it is that they already know. Like, when Facebook came out, I didn't know shit about Facebook. I still only had MySpace. It's like, girl, you didn't know about Facebook? It's like, well, what the fuck is that? I don't feel the importance, but then it's like, oh, this is where people, you know what I'm saying? And then once you get the concept of what's the, full purpose of it, now I can see the capacity or the capability of what it is that you're capable of doing. And if you got smarts or you got the words, I could take your intellectual property. You're probably putting quotes up there, but the 7 to 14 people who may have followed you, your own people who could have been your caregivers or family, they're basically undermining you or throwing you on the bus, taking what it is, copying into their own space, whether you're aware of it or not. These will be like relatives that are very distant or you never talk to them. They got you on block, or they'll sit there and follow and watch you copy what it is that you have, use it for their own original, and then they'll go buy it off or sell it off to someone else. That's no different than someone getting access, like where I speak on, where they're going to take pictures of you. The key is embarrassment, shame. When you have a person in embarrassment and shame, you can do anything and get over on them because they're going to be in a constant state of depression, paranoia, anxiety. And when you have them in that type of state, the only thing that you can do is like, oh, I'm going to escape. Escape things will lead you to go ahead and utilize substance. Whoever the person that could be watching this, they already know that it's a civil rights type of violation. Human rights type of thing, but it's also causing them a cold case being reopened 1996, 97. The 90s is very, very, very heavy. I'm not able to shake this. But whoever it is something with intelligence, is something with finances. This is something with capabilities, skills, talents, abilities, right? So it could be people like, oh, you're gonna miss out on this opportunity because of the way you talk, and these it could be 9 people saying they don't want to work with you, but the other 7 people know the value of you and they're going to work with you, but they're going to make sure these other 9 fuck it up. So whenever these other 7 people come in to show them, like, do you even know who the fuck you was fucking with the whole time? I knew this. This is the reason why us in our group and our organization pulled the fuck back. And when this person said, da, 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 this is why we didn't do all of that. And it's like, huh? Like, again, they're level 4, level 3, level 4. These are level 7s. It's like, well, let me see exactly of how you're going to utilize this information. And once you get this information, let's see how you look then. This is also the same people. If these are people in higher up, elite, political, or whatever, this is one of those, you sit back, relax, watch the show. So when you get this information, I want you to be able to know, watch the shit show, but also these are the 7 to the 9 people. We already know. Let's see what happens, what they do when they get to know exactly why we sat here and did what we did. So now we get to see the dirt, the characteristics of originally of who you are and what is your other things. So these could be people with business ties and other thing like that, that they're about to cut ties with people. And this is not like small money either. This ain't small money either. This is huge top of fucking money. But also, it's like where something was super uber duper fucking funny. This is like I said, when it comes to Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, and things like that. Look at who are these people building these companies? Who's making these apps? Who are they allowing to be third party authorizations? Who are they allowing to go ahead and be the funding of these banking systems? When you do not know none of that, don't go out there to get involved in whatever it is of a bandwagon and trying to get along to go along. Because the moment that I can get you to go along and go along with whatever the fuck it is, whether I know that it's wrong and that is wrong, guess what? I'm gonna make it fall on you. You didn't want to think for yourself. You didn't want to think for yourself. You saw the money. The fact that you saw the money, you didn't see there was something very big, but I'm going to keep it right here under your nose. But also, I'm going to keep you blind to it because the fact that you're blind to it, shit, these people over here already knew the win. Excuse me. It's also a fact that there was a bet already made. Whatever this bet was, these 7 to the 9, these 7 people just won a hell of a lot of fucking money based off the bet internally. Because I'm gonna hear someone saying, I bet you they're going to be able to wake up to it, but it's just like, we still got to be a little bit careful with what it is that we're doing. But those who sitting here playing like they want to do certain things, I know exactly what we're doing. Hello from the other side. Someone that's passed on is speaking through certain things. And someone could be like very keen on like, because it's like cathedrals. A lot of places where you see cathedrals going to be over there in Europe. A lot of the cathedrals are in Europe. That's interesting. It's an old scientific factory or research from somebody from the 70s to the 90s. Italy, France, Guyana, the French territories. Something heavy with the French territories. And the only reason why I say French territories is due to the fact I don't remember when La Femme Nikita. You had to be, that was a long time ago. La Femme Nikita. If you don't know about La Femme Nikita, go look it up. Someone's like, you remember that? Lyon, Lyon. Parlez-vous français? If it's not French, I was about to say français, it is literally patois. It's literally patois. French. Because in certain parts of Guyana, they do speak French. Not Ghana, but Guyana. Something about a Rus. Ruche. It's something coming to the surface, but it's like something that shouldn't have been done was done, and it's like it's not going to be able to be undone. But whatever this case is, it definitely has to do with somebody that passed on. And it's like the only thing is that what's the name kid? Is that what's the name kid? Something about 1977 as well. It's like somebody is being questioned, and it's like if somebody's being confronted, they wanted to know, will they lie? 1987, liar, distrustful. Someone who could be passed on and saying somebody is that. We got 66, 61, 68, 69. They are liar, they're distrustful. Somebody born in 77, they are a liar, they're distrustful. So if they could have put on this act, this is like encouraging other people. It's like violated. They're nobody anyway. They don't know. It's like somebody don't know. But this is like, this is where somebody like feels very slighted. This is why the disrespect, whatever is supposed to be coming in today, this right here is putting a like, it's going to be very gut wrenching. A black man that works at the fire department that could have been playing around, but it's like, oh shit, we can't even keep playing with this shit. Because somebody could have been like telling people, go back home and whenever you do this, like I said, next door, it was just like, what the fuck? But it's like, you know, a little shorty, his wife or whatever was playing, and I was like, to each is their own. Somebody could be between 5'5" and 5'9". An adopted mom and an adopted dad. So somebody could be saying like, y'all was supposed to adopt this person and y'all did them like that. Somebody born in 67, between 1967 and 1976. Like y'all supposed to do this and y'all did them like that. So whoever could have unalived somebody's dad, 2005, 2006. Something about 2005. For somebody that could have happened between 96 and 2014. So whoever could be the current caretakers, they took it on with the paperwork to adopt somebody and got something switched out. So it's like 2 years before or two years less. That's where somebody could have like been getting away with some shit. Like I explain all the time, the problem that they have, they hated the fact that I was going to speak on it. My birth certificate, even though I got the original one, if I go back to Lawton, Oklahoma, Comanche Memorial, Great Plains place to go get my vital records about my shot records, it literally has a time stop. So like when they go to look me up in the system, they always tell me like, are you sure you was born? I'm like, yeah, this is my birth certificate. And it's like, when that had happened a long time ago, I remember I had to go back there because it was something about either my military records, but the military was able to get something. How they got it, but it was due to my security clearance. But I never questioned it. So when certain things, it was just like, when it makes sense, it makes sense. But somebody is sitting here like, fuck. Because there is somebody that's literally trying to go to a group and be like, no, this person's not innocent. This is not what it is. And it's all right. Something about somebody in November, somebody's birthday is in August, and somebody's birthday in December. So whoever these people are, because it's something about adopted people, adopted parents, adopted dad or adopted mom. And however they having to sit here and play about this shit, it's like, it's something, it's no longer could be hidden. That's the problem. Because they trying to say, oh, well, in order for them to really be successful and me release something, they need to change how they're talking or how they're speaking. Well, how a person talk, like when it's time to be professional, you could be professional. Someone's like, well, the way you articulated yourself and you haven't dropped too many cuss words just yet, that this we could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Yes, you are absolutely correct. But however, whenever you are in your own environment and you're not sitting here to like look to please other people, do I have to be a particular way just to please you all the time? Or is it that you're going to allow me to be myself in my natural habitat, in my natural environment, to be according to myself, to break certain type of habits that's already instilled in you? And then when it takes time to go ahead and break away from that thing, it's a time and a place to go ahead and to articulate what it is that you need to say. And it's a time and space for you to go ahead to be who you are. And when who you are is who you are, like, hey, I like to cuss a lot. That's my thing. And that's okay. But also when it's time for you to go ahead to be in this space, which right now, I don't know why I feel like I have to be very articulate and professional at this time, is actually processing to the right people for whoever it is needing to be. Because it's like, you're whoever is sitting there saying to be successful, make a change, but it's like the right people know, like, hey, be who you are, and who you are is what makes you, right? But also it's just like, dream big, right? And whoever someone is looking at is like, first of all, now whatever this person just recently did, and usually within that 30 minutes or whatever the case may be, we would have had counted over 118 F bombs, B bombs, da, 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 da. But in this situation, maybe the little errors probably about 8 to like 12, possibly. But with whatever I'm witnessing at this appropriate time, whatever it is that you're going to bring to me on whatever this timeline, clearly, precisely, and with me making the distinguished situation of going ahead to make an appeal or the judgment or whatever the case may be, this person is able to articulate precisely exactly what it is that they need to say. So competency is not the reason for what it is that you're bringing this to me. So the courtroom, someone could have misconstrued whatever it is, and it's like, well, I can make sure, like, first of all, if you're coming in with hostility, science says and common sense says hostility is met with hostility, right? But logic is going to be met with logic. But if you're going to come with illogical and sit there and provoke something, there's a time and a place when you sit in there looking to provoke something to for it to look a particular way. And somebody is sitting here like everything that they could have like did like maybe last year up until the last month, give or take up until February. Someone is sitting here like basically you went as far as starting something with a person, and then you expect for me to believe that this person is not capable of doing something. Apparently, based on what this is, like somebody's decision or choice to go ahead to look at something with so much precision. The thing of it is, if I remove these people with all this other nonsense and relevance that you're doing, from what I'm witnessing from my own stance, this person knows the difference between being professional and being whenever they can just be themselves. So based on what it is that I witnessed at 5 o'clock in the morning versus is 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I watched this on my own accord, on my own time. I was just lucky that I woke up and watched this. But now I'm going to see what it is that you're going to bring me from the night before or something prior. Yeah, a little raunchy, a little dispelled, whatever the case may be. But however, from what I'm witnessed at 7 o'clock this morning, that seems like that person is precisely able and more than capable to express themselves, articulate themselves very well without having to use any sort of profanity. And what little bit that they did, it was really much so kept to a bare minimum for them to explain exactly what it is that I was looking to researching. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Somebody is literally about to be on that type of time early this morning. I don't know if this person had to meet with them between 9 and 6 p.m. later on today, but whatever it is that this person is going to say, whatever you choosing to do, careful what you say. I'm literally getting somebody sitting in the chair by the time these people get ready to get in, and somebody going to catch themselves in the middle of it like, this person literally said this is what I was going to do. But I mean, it's like, ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's just like the precision. It's the precision. So for you to go ahead and sit there and saying on this judgment and this communication of how far out this person is seeing, or this person is too far out for whatever it is, from what I see is like, yeah, this person is like a flower child. Everybody got a wild side to them, but also at the same time, there's a time and a place for whenever you got to do certain things. This is like somebody like a while ago where I could say like there's a difference. When it's time for me to conduct business, it's business. You know when you got to catch yourself like, whew, reiterate your words. This is business. This is a professional stance. You know when it's your own time and space for you to do whatever it is that you want to do, that's your time. But for whatever this is, these other people wanted to sit there. Showtime, guys. Why are you going over there and messing with them people? Why are you going over there messing with that person? So now with whatever it is, somebody may have felt that they was going to be able to use something for someone. And it's like, well, convince me otherwise from what it is that I watched this morning. But it's no longer convince me, because it's like, ain't no convincing me. This person is very much so intact. You go, like, once I end this and post this, you can go back to the very beginning of the movie. I said the movie. Something's like a flipping movie, bruh. And somebody's like, go back to the beginning of the video. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, this is like a movie. However, if you sit here looking at all the right information, you'll comprehend like there's a time and place for everything. You know when to be professional. You know when you got to conduct business. Period, point blank. Like for me, I'm in my element. At that time when everything was going on, I got ignorant people and the same people that kept testing it. Someone's like, oh, so were you aware? I can't confirm or deny if those were certain people. But however, the facts show and prove in the midst of everything, if you read the comments in itself and the screenshots in itself, clearly it was called for, and these were the same people provoking the situation. And when they got called out in what it was that they were doing, and those same people that they was giving gift cards, whatever the case may be, to bring into the live or into the chats or into, going to do certain things to get rid of evidence or backpedaling, now we can sit here and look like, oh, they were provoking this. So depending on whoever the person is looking into this situation, and like I said, it's a 9 to 7, and the 7 people are still going to outrank all the other 9 people that feel like they got a say in this. Those 7 people's money in position in the actual power they have is going to smack down whoever the rest of these people are that feel like, oh, well, I got a say in whatever it is that, no, you don't. No, somebody really feel like they got to say in whatever it is that these people are. It's like, do you not know how much collateral damage that you have already caused this environment, or what look that we already got to do when it comes to this type of thing? But also when it comes to certain interviews, they're going to sit there and talk to the person like, you know what I'm saying? But it's professionalism is professionalism. You get on that podium, it's still, you got to conduct certain things. You might get a little bit off script, but however, you know how to keep it professional. But the truth is the truth. And whoever these people are, speak your truth. The facts of the matter is your experience is your experience. Who are we to take away from your experience? But however, within reason, within boundaries. Because you got to remember where the paycheck coming from, but also at the same time, the pain and suffering that you had to go ahead and experience just to get to the space. So we have beyond overstanding about what it is that you had to go through. And those people that you're willing to speak on, go ahead, get that off your chest. And the 7 to the 9, the 7 fully comprehend that. They fully comprehend that. It's like, how do we come at this angle if I'm not coming at you with the aggressiveness of what it is that we had at this point in time? I pull away the stupidity at this point in time. Now I can see something with full clarity. But it's not also like, it's not with the intent of figuring out how do I disalarm you. No, how do I keep out of your radar type of vibe. These other ones, oh, how do I sit there and disalarm you to use the vulnerability against you? Versus let me figure out to disalarm the situation and stay out of harm's way to keep business going. And that's how you conduct business. That's why they're the elite. That's why they are the 1%. And someone is going to make sure that they make this very loud and clear. This is why we're the 1%, and this is why you're this. I don't know who's going to be sitting there having to make that very, very clear. But it's like, you did this to somebody that was innocent. They didn't give you no reason. This is like literally without reason or whatever this is. You're going to go after somebody who's innocent. They got this capability, this talent and skill. What is it that this person born in November or September convinced you that this is exactly what it is that they can do? What exactly is this? Do you have any factual documentations of proving whatever this is that it took all of this and this is one person? Or it took all of this and it's only 6 people? Somebody's going to be literally asking that by the end of this today. If not by today, if not no later than Thursday. Make it make sense to me. This is how severe whatever this situation is. And someone wanted to like keep this anxiety feel type of thing, and somebody's energetic feel like you're gonna be in anxiety. We're never gonna release this. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Because whoever these other people are, it's like you're going to do it. Choose not to. There's repercussions and consequences. Like I said, the 7 to the 9, there's repercussions and consequences for whatever it is that they decide to do. And I'm gonna mind my business because whatever it is that they got to do, they gonna do what it is that they got to do. And it ain't none of my business to expose whatever it is. Because somebody's like, well, can you tell us what this is? No. Go figure it out. Don't you have a group of people that are within your network that you pay that are underhanded, trying to be very disrespectful? Don't you got your group of people that are very talented? There are warlocks, witches, and brujas and all this other stuff that they're just this excellent. Go to them. They should be able to tell you this. Or are they still trying to tell you about the relationship aspect, about what the people are looking for when it comes to love versus being able to articulate certain other things that need to be articulated? Be about your business or be in other people's business. There's a difference. But when we got to sit there and be in other people's business, that's when your business gets revealed, right? These people get that. This is one of those, you trying to do a 911 and we got to do a reverse 119, but emergency is emergency regardless of how you choose to put it. Maybe we doing 119 and we over there in Asia. You making it all about looks, and it's actually more or less not necessarily that. But even then, when it takes for them to look for models, the models is about the unique look and quality and technique. It's the features. It's different. It's art. And somebody forgot the full piece of what the art is. You want to play in the arts, but what's the full concept of what the definition and the etymology of art? Have we forgot thee? Carry on. Somebody's realizing a bank loan or a contract that they did with a bank, a health facility, a paid research. Who gave you the consent to do this? and you took that money of what this is for this person in a real estate investment transaction, was that yours? Somebody's really confronting the heck out of these people. Somebody is either going to confront some people that work at Google, social media platforms, like they could work in the background of doing the engineering, the AIs, whatever the case may be. Somebody's questioning a business loan that was taken out for residential and commercial real estate. Somebody's questioning what was the purpose of this. Commercial real estate. Somebody do something with commercial real estate. They could have purchased retail offices and manufacturing spaces. So whoever is questioning that, someone is going to be like, well, if you have this so-called job opportunity or whatever the case may be, what was the purpose of you not wanting to do this? Because the excuse of someone's speaking term or their radical view of what justice is or communication or them being able to see something, because it's something that's being spoke on and that it was like a little bit ahead of the time, but now it's like things are starting to follow through. So certain things that I could have said in September could be happening right now. Something from October that I said is happening right now in some state or shape, fashion for somebody. Whatever it is that somebody could be looking into. Messages that I could have gave last year in January is taking place right now. Whatever happened in November, especially if it's pertaining to judicial communication, somebody doing something with real estate, is happening right now. Something that's going on at someone's job, September to December, is taking full effect right now. So my videos from September to December last year or from my TikTok is prevalent right now, especially if it's in job, real estate, legal justice, communication, inventive type of thing, manufacturing, retail offices is taking place right now. Especially some part of this stuff is in stock markets. People shorting people in hedge funds and all this other stuff. Options. Something's getting shorted somewhere. And someone is realizing like, what? Real estate brokerage, people covering up certain things is taking full effect right now. If people having something or mother figure type of thing, incest kin to kin, travel to real estate, somebody's mother, incest kin to kin, or certain type of things that could have happened. It's like, oh, imagine if you already knew this type of stuff is happening, or you're gonna put out here that you doing certain things like that. It's like they could have traveled to Texas currently or within the last 3 months. These are like certain people like realizing like, dang, why we do that? Why did we listen to this person? Something about listening to a mother figure. Somebody is an adopted mother. If somebody's real mother could have been here, or somebody's mother-in-law could have said something with their son, or the daughter-in-law or something like that. Like if somebody married or some nonsense, somebody is realizing like, dang, you're going to have to shut this down. Some of these people will be sued as individuals and groups. Some of these people are looking at all of this. Whatever is going down today, somebody is making it very clear. Some individuals will be sued and people will be sued as groups. So this could be investments group. This could be real estate group. These could be law firms. This could be judicial. This could be whatever this is. Somebody is going to make it very, very, very clear. Like, just go ahead and sue everybody. And we're going to make sure you get this done every step of the way. It's some elite people. Heavy on this elite people that could be watching. Somebody is like, and this whole hour, like, oh my gosh, like, did you see? Like, it's like only like 9 profanity words or 14. Like, oh my gosh, like, like, I mean, it's capable. It's capable. It's not difficult. Yeah, it's not difficult. It's like somebody wanted to severely convince, like, oh, you're not healing. You're like, first of all, Anyone is able to do whatever it is that you want to do. But right now, I'm talking to some real professional people that actually do their job and they care. They actually do what it is that they need to do and they actually want to articulate it, see for themselves versus sitting here listening to, like, first of all, the stories is getting a little crazy and me asking you particular, like somebody like to ask particular questions just to see if you're going to switch certain things up, if you're going to change things up, because whatever I'm hearing over here, this is consistent, nothing is changing, and it's actually matching up with the evidence that they have versus what you're bringing here is not. Because somebody's about to realize, like, I feel like somebody else could feel like that they don't have eyes on them, and it's like, why are you sitting here, like, watching a person like that? This is kind of odd. Like, why would you sit there and keep talking so bad about them? Somebody could be born in November, September, October, but definitely in November. Heavy in November, September, October. Someone's like, oh, we thought you wouldn't overcome this. We want to make every experience that you have horrible. Because somebody could have literally just got some people, like, make their life miserable. Make them feel like they're going to go through it. Or you can violate them. It doesn't matter. It's not like they really... It's somebody that tells somebody, you do not exist on paper. You do. But it's just the wrong information. So whatever this is, now the question is coming in very heavily. It's like, long as you don't reveal exactly where I came from to come do this to you and what department I'm part of. Are you aware what I'm part of? Like, yeah, we're fully aware, but what's the relevance of disclosing that? What's the relevance of disclosing that? Oh yeah, something for to get closed down. I'm gonna hop off of this because someone is like, whoever this is, somebody could be military people that's about to be booted out of a situation. So these people are about to be booted out. Because it's like, this is the reason why whoever these organizations or these people are being exposed right now. And then they were using people from like the Caribbean or somebody that just felt like they was doing something and they just had the best of luck. It's like, oh shoot. Excuse me. Someone could be like a Taurus or someone trades bullish. So whoever trades bullish in the market could be in the government system, and like a lot of their portfolio, if you were to look at their stocks or portfolio, they're bullish. Bull sugar honey iced tea, right? Is somebody realizing like, oh shoot, they did BS us in this matter. So whatever it is that they're finding with these documents and what these people were looking to cover up, and it's a bunch of retired people, Veterans Affairs, State Department workers, and it's like, so it was y'all this whole time trying to block this communication. This was you all sitting here trying to stop someone's transportation and things like that. So it's like, if you're going somewhere, we just watched you do this to a moving truck. We just watched you sit here and say that this person couldn't rent this. These were people that felt like during this time, something has been going on for like 13 months on the right side. For somebody 1 to 5 years where they collected the right information, but it was like 9 people intercepting information. They just got this back. And it's like, no, there's no lie to that. Something about the airport, car rental service, resorts, the information just came in. Somebody could have also like became a part of something and they realized like a huge cover up. Somebody could be a disabled veteran and a registered nurse. Or somebody, this could be happen at the DAV, or somebody that could be, over it. Whoever the piano is, oh. Track. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm off of this. But Certain things are like literally, I'm here somebody, yeah, you're gonna stay on that list for sure, but you know, not for bad, finally for good. Uh, should I acknowledge it? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm like, so you mean to tell me? It's some other people that sit here like, you mean to tell me that this was? Yep. Yo, somebody's gonna feel like something about March 20th where somebody could have told them like, hey, you should have like did something and you didn't do it, and it was like an actual physical 3D test that somebody wanted to test these people just to see exactly what would they do. And it's like intentionally, it's like, yeah, I'll give you until May. And they was actually giving them till today. Dang. Now. So I was like, uh, we can figure certain things out. But it's definitely heavy on to be successful. We just wanted to see if you will be able to articulate this. This is not like, it's usually what they did today, and those that's watching right now, usually this is used on particular people just to be like, hey, be mindful type of thing. But it also, for certain people who's not really versed in it, you can control the person. Somebody's like, huh, I can't confirm or deny. I plead the fifth. Also, whoever the private investigator that was sitting there giving false information, which was a female, they just got turned in. Someone's like, hmm, hmm. Hey, I said I plead the fifth now. Now, somebody's like, hold on. Somebody is deeming someone as a trustworthy individual when they was told that don't trust, to not trust you or not trust these folks, and somebody's realizing different strokes for different folks, right? But somebody is very much so a trustworthy individual. Guided meditation, you know, things is a marathon, it takes a process, and information is coming in. Let me put it that way. All right, I'm gonna put this at an end. Well, before I do, something about a bank, Wells Fargo Bank. So whoever these people that got caught up in this situation, the bank fraud type of situation. Wells Fargo was the start, USAA, Navy Federal, Penn, BMO, some other type of credit union that's overseas. So be ready. Be ready. It's tied to Colombia. It's tied to somebody that was doing a clinical research experiment. Unconsented. And somebody is seeing someone as very much so high vibrations. All right. Somebody said they can't be playing sides anymore. Friends, enemies, choose a side. All right. Bye-bye.